On a pretty gray and hazy day here in Southern California, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Los Angeles. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
80 weapons. Check 49. No.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Mostert. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Mostert. He's got the first down and more past midfield. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff completes it to Aguilar. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. Here's Mostert. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Obama.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. And Zuerlein's kick is good. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, new member of the 49ers. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did, and batted it away.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Aguilar has it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Value three. Greystone, travel. Check three.
This is Mostert. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Raheem Mostert hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing in the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 21. Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. On is the rookie 4th-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now Goff on 1st down. It's caught by Aguilar. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's bring it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, L.A. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go.
San Francisco.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Under 10. Under 11. Kill. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
On first down, here's Breida. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down.
Here we go.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's letting it fly for... He's got a man, complete. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. After the run, Goff going to throw. Going up top for Kupp. And got his man, complete. Touchdown, LA. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in this.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Actually, I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end.
First down, San Francisco.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going for it all. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, who picked it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the return that time. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Got 180. Right there, 56. I'm coming after you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Maverick.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff looking right. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I got you. Check 13. Check 13.
At the 22-yard line.
Value 1. X3. 218. Chopper.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check. Watch 54. Watch QB.
Play action. It's gone. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
Ric Flair. It's just me and you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Raheem Mostert with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Breida. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They run again with Breida. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fighting through it, he's got space. And the Rams with a score. Touchdown.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Hey, exit. Now.
He'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
54, right there.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. And he'll find his target. Woods. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. And an alley to run. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. A 4-yard pickup, that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
At the 29-yard line.
Come on, 180. Watch the run.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for L.A., they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.